Finally guys, I've got somewhere with it. Now, I made up these corner blocks. They weren't to the drawing spec, but they've actually worked out better than what I drew, design wise. They were scrap old table legs. I think they were thrown out from a pub or restaurant. I've just sanded them and chamfered two edges to give it a gap in the corner, so when the dowels are drilled into the block at about 25mm deep, I think it is, and that will end up just shy or just proud, and then I can flush plane it. So glue the dowels into the back block, figure out which ones are going to be maybe a bolt head, 10mm one end, 8mm thread the other, so I can do 25mm deep at 10mm and then finish the back edge off as an 8mm, and then either glue in a dowel into the back piece, and also that gap makes it easier to locate the pins on the back and wedge them in. And then this triangle will be triangle cut on the cross rails and the side rails, cross and side rails, and they will tuck in the back, which means that this, when it's not bolted, can be pulled out of the channel, leave it out at the corner and pulled out of the channel for flat packing, which is a bonus. It bloody worked. Where was that? Shove it in there. Yeah, just so you can see what I'm talking about. And then the bottom one will be the screw that goes into the pallet corner. And then, I don't know, I might have a lump or a dowel there or there maybe. That's the bolt hole for the wheel rig and handle that you've seen in other videos. Here is the jig I made for the centre drilling at 92 centres consistently. So I'll put that in there, start the drill the opposite way, and I can push it into the corner of my frameworks and then do the drilling out as well if all lines up correctly. But now I've got an extra gap there, it should all be a bit more tolerant. What else? Yeah, there's a drawing with that sitting on there. Let's move that off. And the original block to meet a 22mm rail was going to be a bloody great bit of where's the size drawn on, 62 or 64, just to give it a millimetre gap each side for when I was to find a 62mm square block and then take off the corners. But as you can see, that's a massive chunk of wood that would have added a lot more weight. That's the drawing for the jig. And that's just to update. So in theory, these four corners are going to look a lot better and be sturdy. And I'm going to be able to pull it all apart. So I'm so happy with that. I did have, what we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 new ones I found today, because I started on the old ones, but they were ones that were ripped off of the table. So I thought, nah, beggars can't be choosers, don't really matter. And then one of them was bent like a boomerang from the new ones I found today. It's a bit of a banana, so I chucked it out. So it all worked out in the end. I don't know, might keep them for something, firewood, I don't know. That's all to report on the... Oh, and that was the 10mm diameter tube that was from a net curtain rail, which is what I thickened up that hole for the screw to be mounted, because I can't find any timber screws of a 10mm diameter other than coach screws. I think there is, or it'd be an M8 to an M8 machine thread to an M8 wood thread, which is the other way to combine these M8 cap nuts with a 10mm diameter on the outer. $10mm dowels, 8mm bolts. There you go. It's fairly tight. This is slightly shy of size, so it got taped. taped to make it a tight fit, so all the corners stay nice and tight. I've been looking at weather seals, so I might just go with mould resistant external PVA glue, just coat the whole thing. That's it, that's all to report. Thanks for watching.